Okay, it is preparing to live stream.
I see
I
that
can
top left.
I can think of three. The other ones are tough.
Okay. Um, if somebody wants to tweet out the link. There is a little bit of a delay. Like,
Because
Where's
like
the link
I
at?
okay, I'll actually do it. I'll tweet it real quick and then we'll get going if that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I fully prepare to use this background the entire time.
Also, whose question was it with the cards?
Um,
Tyler Hernley.
Okay. Um, well, I have a little show and tell prepared for that.
hopefully those don't get keyed out.
If I hold them in front of me, I don't think they would.
Well,
Like close
yeah.
to the camera.
Well, the jersey.
And
got
even
keyed out last time.
if they get keyed out, I will just take off the background.
Good call.
They do get keyed out. Whenever I answer that question, I'll just take off the background. But I don't have some of the cards I would have said here, but the cards I had available in my room, I got some out for a little show and tell.
All right, I'm ready when you guys are. Hopefully this doesn't blow up my computer.
Top 5 artists. I'm texting Ryan. He's probably not awake, but
Yeah, no shot. How late was he up last night? Was that Stubbs and Sarge playing with him?
Yeah.
All right.
like I listen to Post Malone all the time, but I don't think Post Malone's in my top 5 artists all time.
Yeah, no.
It's hard because it's like a recency bias. I'm trying to think of who I listen to like throughout my life.
Yeah, I know. Goddamn. Oh well. I'm literally gonna be deciding the fifth one until the moment I pick.
I only have 3 right now. I can't think of a 4 and a 5
I don't
that
have
are
any.
like
What was that?
I don't have any.
Oh, well, that's rough. Oh shit.
but we're live on YouTube.
Yeah, I told you that.
Uh,
At least I thought I did. It's early. I don't know
I knew
anymore.
it was happening, but I didn't know it was already live.
Oh boy, this is
I
gonna be
was
a
up
long day.
watching Valorant all night.
Is that so? Is it made by the same people that make CS:GO?
No,
Damn,
It's
it looks like
it's-
it.
the game like it plays the same as CS:GO,
Okay.
except you have characters that have abilities. So it's kind of like a combination of CS:GO and Overwatch.
Ooh.
Um, but it's made by Riot Games, so it's made by the same creators that make League of Legends.
Oh. Well, I might fix my PC up and play it.
It's good. I only played like for like 4 or 5 hours, and I already love the game, even though I'm not that great at it.
Yeah, that happens though.
Yeah, you just have to getting the closed beta is the hard part.
Yeah. You gotta get a drop, right?
You have to get a drop by watching a stream, and it's completely random.
Well, that's fun.
And so like some people will donate to people and say like they've been waiting like 3 or 4 days and they haven't got a drop, but they've been watching the stream constantly.
Jeez. That's nuts.
So what I did for 2 days basically,
Wait, did you have like 10 streams open or something?
I had between 10 to 14 streams that were all streaming Valorant that had drops enabled on, and I didn't mute all of them. I brought all of them down to the minimum volume level, except for the main one I was watching. I had all the way up, so that's the only one I could really hear. But so like, let's see, 2 days ago when I was doing it, I had Tim's stream on all day, and I had his volume all the way up, but I had like 12 other streams in the like also playing, and I
Okay.
finally got it like after doing that for almost 2 days. Or like a day and a half.
Fair enough. Y'all ready?
I hate myself.
Me too.
I'm not even prepared for some of these questions.
I'm not prepared for most of it. I don't know if you can even hear that. Okay. I'll hit record here in a second, and then we'll be good to go. Ready, Beefy?
Yeah.
Cool. First, we're going to find out if my computer blows up. I think we're good. Okay, when you're ready.
Welcome to another episode of Around the 412. I am Tyler, and with me as always are Smitty and Herb. What is up, guys?
It's early
Oh.
again.
Yeah.
That was one of the more like smooth, calm down intros. I don't know if it's like how early it is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Minimal
This is what-
effort.
It wasn't a high energy intro.
Minimal effort.
If you wanted that, we wouldn't have recorded this early, but I also wanted to record this early, so it's my fault.
That's fair. I mean, yeah.
We are part of the Pod Hub Network. Go to podhubnetwork.com. Check us out. Check out all the other shows. Follow them on social media. And we are sponsored by Keats Barbershop. Keats Barbershop is an old-fashioned barbershop located at 180 Brighton Avenue in Rochester, PA. Open 11 to 7 Tuesday through Friday, and Saturday 9 to 4. Every Tuesday, he does $5 off for military personnel, first responders, and nurses. Of course, with what's going on right now, he is not open, but we are going to continue to promote him on here and hope that he can get opened up sooner rather than later. But of course, taking the necessary precautions as we are as a country, with the pandemic that's going on right now. So, yeah, he wants to get back open, but he's playing things safe just like everybody else. And, like I said, hopefully sooner rather than later it'll be good to go to get these places back open, but not too soon. Also, we talked about it a couple times now. This is, I believe, our third episode. But you can find our content now over at All Steelers. So this is going to be over there. So if you're listening to it, you could very well have come from that direct link. But it essentially goes out as an article. Everything's nice and timestamped for you if you want to just listen to certain parts of the show. And yeah, other than that, we're going to be doing today's episode a little differently than normal. We are going to have some things that just so happen to relate to the Steelers. But we did like an AMA segment with like our Twitter followers. People were texting us, et cetera, et cetera. But we got questions that are about things that have nothing to do with sports. So obviously, this is a sports show, but our lives don't revolve completely around sports. So getting to talk about some other stuff here and there is nice.
They kind of completely revolve around sports.
Well, I mean, if this past month shows anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we've still been able to put out episodes, so hopefully the content's still been okay.
Yeah.
but yeah,
We are heavily relying on everyone that listens, and by everyone I mean the 5 of you.
yeah, the loyal listeners. Yeah, thank you if you sent in a question already. I believe Herb has tweeted out the link that we are live on YouTube. So I don't know if somebody types in there, you'd be able to see it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So somebody were to ask a question there, feel free to. But yeah, we're going to answer every single one that we got so far. If we happen to have one come in while we are recording, I'll bring it up as well.
Every single one, sadly.
Yeah. You know, we're gonna get to it, but I'm gonna give it some more time because what like Ryan Platt is out here asking like top 5 artists of all time, which we're not gonna answer
the
that
deepest
right now.
questions.
Because one, you know, you guys listening, if you know anything about this, you know that we are not always as prepared as we need to be. We do a lot of things on the fly.
Yeah.
And
I found about this about this question 5 minutes ago. So
this is a doozy, which it doesn't seem like it should be like that hard. But when for some reason, anytime anybody throws in like that all-time aspect to a question, I'm just like stumped.
He says you're welcome.
Because like I don't want to go with like like Beefy said right before we started like recording was like the recency bias factor. So like, I could sit here and just say 5 artists that are like right now. But
yeah, like I gave the example of Post Malone. I listen to Post Malone all the time. Like for a while, I listened to him every day. But I don't know if I can put him in my top 5 artists all time just because I listen to him all the time now.
Right.
So weep. I'm once again asking you to weep. Yeah, pretty much.
In the chat saying weep.
Wait, but why is Sarge text me saying why aren't you live? Well,
we're on YouTube. That's why.
We're on YouTube, not Twitch.
Okay. Speaking of people asking questions as we're recording, Jeff just popped in here.
Yes, he did. I saw that. That looks hard. Figured it out.
Okay. So I'm trying to think of how we want to go about this. As I mentioned, you know, our stuff is over at All Steelers, and I think that those people that are like listening just for that type of stuff would probably appreciate us just getting to that part so they don't have to listen to us talk anymore.
Yeah. No one wants to do that.
So we did get a question that is literally directly about the Steelers from Peter, who I believe is actually like a new follower. I think he just followed us this past week when we tweeted that out about taking questions. And he was like, asked you about if there was like a realistic possibility about the Steelers trading for JJ Watt. And I've seen this on Twitter a lot. To bring in the numbers, he makes $15.5 million this upcoming season.
Ooh.
The following season, he makes $17.5 million. So I'm not saying that Houston honestly could be shopping him. I mean, with his injury history and what his cap numbers over the next 2 years, and with what they've done as an organization, you know, the Hopkins trade, and you know, how things have kind of played out from there. It wouldn't surprise me if Bill O'Brien did explore a JJ Watt trade, but as far as the Steelers go, I don't think that they can be involved due to his cap number over the next 2 seasons. I think that the only way they could get involved is if he were to be cut while still making that money from the Texans and sign like a minimum deal here.
Yeah.
Because he would still be getting paid by the Texans.
Yeah, I think you have to look at the Steelers free agents that are going to happen over the next few years. Like, I mean, you have Bud
TJ.
on the you have TJ coming up. You have Bud on the franchise tag that you might give a contract to. You got Juju potentially, Minka. Like, you're going to have these free agents coming up, and you need to have your money ready. So signing JJ wouldn't be the smartest thing as a Steelers fan, just because of the cap.
Now,
and I mean, let's be honest about his injury history. I don't think that he's played more than 12 games in any season over the last like 4 seasons.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Wasn't his last healthy season like 2015?
I think it's
14.
I was gonna say it's one of those two. I think it might be 14.
I mean, the best ability is availability, and I mean, well, he's played a majority of the games. It's not like he's missed more than he's played more. You know, we have enough, you know, injury trouble on that defensive line, you know, with Stephon Tuitt, who's missed a lot of time over the past few seasons.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the only thing that I'll say there is as long as they're not hurt at the same time, then at least you have one of those 2 guys playing.
Now, counter question to that. What has a more realistic chance? Trading / signing JJ or signing Jameis?
Signing Jameis.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, to be honest about it, like I don't know if we've really like gone in depth talking about it on here.
No.
If you take the money away, like if he were to take, you know,
backup money.
relatively low number, like actual backup money, I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I would even be fine if they structured the deal where it was like Derek Carr's in Oakland, where there's just a ton of escalators if he were to become the starter. But as long as he's the backup, he's making backup money. Because if he were to become the starter in the next 2 seasons, then it would be, because Ben got hurt and then his number would come off the books for that season.
Yeah.
But I'm not against the idea of throw Cam Newton's name into the mix as well, as long as he's healthy. The problem there is, with what's going on with the pandemic and everything, it's kind of teams can't get him in for physicals or anything like that. So you're really just relying on what independent doctors are saying, but teams want their guys to take a look at him as well. No one's going to give the guy a deal before they can take a look at him. So
Did you guys see the Photoshop of Newton in a Patriots jersey?
Yeah.
That might be like the best Photoshop I've ever seen.
Yeah, honestly.
It looks so authentic.
They need to find out who was behind that page and get them to actually do the stuff for the Patriots.
They need to get them to do the stuff for like Sports Center. Have you seen some of their Photoshops?
Yeah.
They're awful. Also, we're idiots, by the way. JJ Watt played 16 games in 2018.
Oh, wow.
In 2018?
Oh, wait, didn't he get hurt in the playoffs?
He might have got hurt in the playoffs, but yeah,
they played Indianapolis in the first round in 18.
2018, he played 16 games, started 16. But 16, 17, and 19, he played 3 and 16, 5 and 17, and 8 and 19.
Wow.
Okay. Maybe what I saw was with it, like excluding 2018. I don't know.
Maybe.
But anyway, yeah, that's so 3, 5, and 8 other than the full 16 game season.
Yeah, I was just curious, so I went back and looked. I was like, oh, we're dumb. But
well, we knew that already, but
yeah, I don't think you need to look that up to say that. But okay, so a question from Craig, also relating directly to the Steelers. What justifies Mike Tomlin and Kevin Colbert to be comfortable, in quotes, with Mason Rudolph being the number 2 quarterback going into the 2020 season? He's been benched for less than mediocre performances last year. Well, I like how you put comfortable in quotes because that's exactly the word that they used. It's not like they hammered down the fact that Mason Rudolph for sure would be the number 2 quarterback. They said they were comfortable if that was going to be the situation going into 2020. I see the first thing, it's funny that we just talked about Jameis too, because that kind of plays into this. But I think something that's kind of getting brushed under the rug in this whole thing with the quarterback situation is the fact that we actually have a quarterback coach now in Matt Canada, which is the first time that Mason's going to have a quarterback coach in the pros. He knows the system. This is going to be his 3rd year here, which is always a big thing. Like any free agent that you bring in, or if you draft a guy, they're going to have to begin to learn that all again. I would say that the comfortability with him there is really just about, it being year 3, him finally having a quarterback coach, maybe the lessons that he learned last year, even it being a roller coaster, but there was a lot more lows than highs. I think that there were a few bright spots, especially before that had happened in Baltimore.
Oh, absolutely.
What's that?
Absolutely. After that knockout hit, there was kind of it was a completely different player.
Yeah, he played scared.
Yeah.
It just looked like
Absolutely.
He was timid anytime he threw the ball after that.
I didn't want to say it, but yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a player. I mean, what a season for a guy to have to go through everything that he had to go through. That hit, the Myles Garrett incident in Cleveland. He had his season ended against the Jets when he broke his collarbone, and then you find out how scary that situation actually was.
Yeah.
With where the bone displaced to.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything that dude went through. And like I said, this is actually going to be the first time that he has a quarterback coach. So I don't know. I think that it really is the word comfortable is probably the best word to describe it, because if it is the case where they feel like he has to go in and play, well, so be it. They feel like there's probably not going to be a better option, but at the same time, I think it leaves the door open if, maybe Jameis Winston could come in. They're leaving the door open for that. They're comfortable if it is Mason Rudolph, but
oh my God, Jeff.
Well, I think they may be leaving the door open, but I also think saying they're comfortable with it It could also be a way of them saying like, "Hey, look, this is going to be our backup for like most likely. We're not going to draft a quarterback. We're probably not going to get a free agent, and you're going to have to deal with it." But that's probably the better way of them saying that instead of just coming out and saying that.
Mhm.
I mean, that might be why they said they're comfortable with it because they just have no intentions of getting another quarterback right now.
Yeah,
So
and honestly, like I'm so sick of seeing quarterback at 49. Like I would be much more open to them signing, like Jameis Winston,
I
as
don't.
opposed to drafting, say, Jacob Eason or anybody really at 49.
I'll say I don't know what quarterback would be worth drafting at 49.
ooh,
I mean,
it's not like I know, but
like there would be around that range. You'd probably have Jacob Eason, Jalen Hurts, like people like that. But
From
like, yeah, Jacob Fromm, but I think he should have stayed in school.
I think
Uh,
the only one is like Eason could potentially go earlier than 49. And the only reason would be like he fits Tampa Bay scheme perfectly. So if they wanted him to like learn under Tom Brady, that's been a team that he's been linked to a lot. But other than that, yeah, I think he would be there at 49 if Tampa Bay didn't take him in the second round. I don't. They're not to take him in the first round, but
before we stray too far from the topic, Jeff asked a follow up. Funny enough about the Steelers quarterback situation, and I kind of want to say it just because it's funny.
Yeah.
Do you think the Steelers would be better off with an actual reindeer as backup and an actual grandfather clock as a starter? Yes, they won't get hurt.
Not to have much mobility.
I would say, well, the reindeer would probably have pretty much a
The
lot of
reindeer would
mobility.
have
well, yeah.
mobility.
I don't know about his arm though. And then the grandfather clock. I mean, we don't know. We haven't seen Ben off of injury. So that might just be how he is right now. We don't know yet.
Oh,
Yeah, so he said a reindeer.
yes, a reindeer.
So are we able to hold like an open competition with a bunch of reindeers to get the best one?
May as well. I mean, we all know it's going to be named Rudolph.
Yeah.
Why do we want the lamest reindeer?
That was a bad.
Yeah, is that one of your hot takes?
Maybe.
What, me?
Yeah, is Rudolph
No.
the lamest reindeer?
Well, he is. He got bullied.
Wow.
But
Wow. All right. Apparently,
he's a
I'm
loser.
Rudolph. Jesus.
He's a loser with the red nose.
Oh, I am Rudolph then.
But no, that's not my hot take. My hot take's a lot hotter than that, and it'll piss people off.
I can't wait.
Okay. So those are the only two that were like specifically Steelers related. There's some other ones that are gonna involve Steelers. For example, Sarge wants to know favorite all-time players in the MLB, NFL, and NHL. Dude, like I said,
I didn't even think of this.
Current.
I didn't even see it.
Huh?
I didn't even see that question.
Oh, he texted me that actually.
I'm beat.
But
Actually, that's easy for me. It's really not that hard for me.
Okay. I guess I'll start. This is so tough, but for me, what it came down to was like guys that made me really like love the sport. Like I'm sure that I would have grown into being a fan of these teams regardless, but it's just like the first guy that I like had an emotional attachment to with all these teams. So for the Penguins, it's going to be Sidney Crosby. I had watched a little bit of hockey before we drafted him, but I was still pretty young. I do remember them being terrible, before we drafted him. I was actually at like what was supposed to be like the last game of Mellon Arena before we drafted him. But yeah, he's made me love the Penguins more than I'm sure that I would have. I don't know, if I would have been able to stick through all those rough years had we not had him, and the team wouldn't have stuck through those rough years had we not had him. So yeah, for me, it's Crosby for the Penguins. For the Pirates, we talked about it kind of when we were doing our all-time teams. I mean, maybe that bias is why he's on that all-time team is Kutch. He's not the best all-time Pirate, but he's my favorite because we saw how many years of losing seasons, 20, and I didn't even know that it was possible for us to have a winning season. And he was like the face of the team that finally got back to the playoffs. I was a season ticket holder, obviously, for those years as well. So I felt like an emotional attachment more to the
Weird
team.
flex.
But he was the face of that. So, Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's Kutch for the Pirates. And for the Steelers, this was probably the toughest one for me because there were two guys in mind between Ben and Troy Polamalu, but I went with Troy. Um, and I don't, I really, this, like I said, it was the toughest call. So really, like the reason, I don't know. For some, like safety is probably my favorite position to watch in football. And he's one of the best of all time at it. He was just so fun to watch. Highlight reel plays, just flew around the field, did stuff that I'd never seen before. So yeah, I guess I don't really have much of a reason with that over Ben. But I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those guys. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. So we'll see.
So for hockey, obviously, Sidney Crosby. He was like I had watched hockey a little bit before he was drafted. Like that, I was into hockey before he was drafted. Let's just say that. I remember my first hockey game, like not being at one, but watching it, was in my friend Quentin's house. Whenever I was like 5 or 6 years old, and they had a hockey game on like a little 9-inch TV in his mom's sewing room. And since like, and as of watching that, I was hooked. So like I like watched hockey before that, but Sidney Crosby like just changed the like view of hockey for me, and for everybody in the city. So especially people our age. But Sidney Crosby for hockey, that was the easiest one. The next, I mean, the other one's pretty easy too. It's the same reason as you, Kutch. He was like the best player we had growing up. And he, like you said, he got us out of that slump into some winning seasons, into the playoffs. Won an MVP, which I don't know. The next time we're gonna see a Pirate win MVP. But I mean, this will probably piss up a lot of people off, but he's like our generation's like, not exactly, but he's like our generation's like Clemente or something like that. Like that, he's the best
Ooh,
Pirate
it's
we've had to
some
watch.
people.
I don't care. I
You
mean,
know what? Actually, before we go any further, I got to address something that I saw on Twitter this past week
Oh,
regarding Andrew McCutcheon. I
oh,
don't see. So I saw somebody tweeted like, "Who was a fan favorite person that you didn't like?" And I saw multiple people responding with Andrew McCutcheon, and I don't get it. Like even the reasoning for it is just whether it be the fact that when Marte got suspended, he said, "This is my spot." So you don't dislike
Oh.
Marte for getting suspended for steroids, but you dislike the guy that went back to the position that he had played his entire career there so far for
Mhm.
saying it was his spot. And then also with whatever his comments were about the Pirates when he left. But listen, he's entitled to his opinion. One, two, who are we to say, you know, he shouldn't say these things about the organization that he played for? Who knows the organization better than Andrew McCutcheon did at the time?
well, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, and 3, was he wrong?
No.
I don't really think you could say he's wrong.
And like I
Um,
definitely talked bad about him while I was here towards the end because I mean, arguably he was underperforming.
Well, talking bad about his play is a little different than talking
Then
bad about
disliking
him
it.
for things he said.
Yeah, agreed.
Um, yeah, I saw that too, and
I
it
think
was so stupid. Who was I talking to about it? I was talking to Ryan about it. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I told him, I think it was him, that I had to address it at some point on the show, and I had forgot when I brought up Kutch. But it's funny that once somebody else did it, it popped back in my mind. So
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's that's just a stupid opinion. Like, without him, the Pirates would still not have a winning season.
and think about what
I'm
he
pretty confident of that.
his he has a child named Steele, and he still does charity work in Pittsburgh as well.
He still
lives
lives here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's just
Yeah, people
because
are
he's
weird.
not one of the. No, never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
Ooh, yeah, you're gonna make a lot of people mad today, huh?
Yeah.
It's only
I-
9:30 in the morning.
All right, I'll just move on. I'll keep that to myself. And then my all-time Steeler, I was decided between two players too. One was Troy, just like you, but the other one for me was Jerome Bettis, and that's who I went with. Because he was like really he was the player that I mean, I was always going to be a Steelers fan. Obviously, I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm not like one of those wackos that's from here and they pick a different team. But he was the one that made me like really love the Steelers.
Was that directed at someone, by the way?
That's directed at multiple people. I think there's a bunch of idiots that like different teams in Pittsburgh, even though they're from here.
All right.
Like if you're from here, why would you like a different team? Like the
Different
only way
conversation for a different day.
I could see that is if your family likes a different team that you grew up with.
I thought you were about to say if your family doesn't like you.
No, like how for college sake, for example, I grew up a BYU fan because my parents went there. That's
Yeah.
not a normal thing here.
I thought it was
But,
the
like,
Mormon, but
Yeah, so like that's the only way I could see you liking a different team. But if you dislike the Steelers, like if you like a different team, I think there's something wrong with you. But Jerome was my favorite player. My aunt actually called me the bus when I was little.
I wish that would have stuck.
instead of
Yeah, I
beefing.
know. But I had his jersey when I was little, and looking at what he did on the Steelers, he won a Super Bowl with them. Almost lost. He almost lost the chance to. But and then just looking at what he does still in the Pittsburgh community and with the team still, he's just my all-time favorite Steeler.
Fair enough. I mean, obviously, Penguins is super easy. It's Sid. Part of me wanted to jokingly say Jay McKee.
I'd kill you.
I know you would. That's why I
I
didn't
know
say
you'd
it.
be lying too.
Yeah, that's just super easy. For me, it's not even like the winning part. It's just watching him, which I think Beefy said. I can't remember. I've zoned out too many times already.
Yeah, like he was the best player in the world, and
Yeah.
Pittsburgh fans like we like take that for granted. So
Exactly.
easily.
And
Like,
arguably, he still
since
is.
since 1984, he's the most complete player.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah, and like I saw someone say McDavid on that poll, like is by far the most complete player. It's like the dude doesn't play defense, so
Yeah.
no, he does. He's not. But like Pittsburgh
Excuse me.
fans, when it comes to hockey, has been so spoiled since 1984. We've had
I know.
like the best player in the league
It's
for
insane.
over 30 years, like going on 40 years.
Yeah. And still the team almost left.
Twice.
Yeah. For the Pirates, I'm going to say AJ.
AJ Burnett.
Yeah.
I loved him.
Yeah. I mean, like Shannon and I talked about it some point the past week. Like it's kind of 1A, 1B with those two. Like, yeah, Kutch was good, like great, but AJ was just a badass. He was AJ,
I think he brought the attitude that the Pirates needed whenever he came.
Absolutely. Yeah. So for me, it's AJ. And the Steelers for me is hard because I mean, you guys know I never really got into football until we started this. But like going back and thinking about it, like the only three memories I have before I started watching again was like Harrison's 100-yard return, the Holmes catch in the corner, and then the fumble that you ever so I don't even know the word I'm going to use, but you brought it up.
The Bettis fumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just poetic, the fact you brought it up, because that honestly was my first memory of football.
It's probably because it keeps getting it gets replayed. Like those three plays get replayed a lot on
Yeah.
on our timelines.
I think for me it's Harrison, honestly. Just
But
because
he was
that
a
was
Patriot
yeah,
and a Raven and a Bengal.
yeah, really. I don't care about that stuff. If he's a snake, he's a snake,
Legitimately, I feel like that dude was just like, I wonder who are the Steelers' biggest rivals?
Let's play for him.
Except he didn't go to the Browns. What a smart guy.
Yeah. I mean, that was just for his own good.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, James Harrison was like the best defensive player in the league for like 4 years in a row. So
he was
I can't
insane,
blame you
dude.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about like it gets asked a lot, like, is James Harrison a Hall of Famer? It's just tough because you don't have like the extended period of time where he was dominant, but when he was dominant, he was dominant.
Yeah.
Like in all caps.
Well said. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that's a bad pick either. I don't know. I mean, two of your first three memories happened in the same game. Super Bowl 43.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, I didn't really watch football really before that, and even after that, and like I said, until we started I just never. I occasionally watched, but I've
And
never
it
been a
kind of
football
goes
person.
along with the pick of AJ Burnett, like being the badass,
Mhm.
and James Harrison the same way.
Yeah, except one is vocal, one is very quiet, and looks like he'll murder you.
I think they both look like they murder you, but
Well, yeah,
James Harrison could murder me with his bicep.
yeah.
He just
Oh,
put my
literally.
head in between his elbow and just squeeze.
That's what I was about to say.
I'm trying to think of like what the best question to transition to. Okay, yeah, we'll start with we'll do Tyler's now because Tyler has a few. I think he has like 4 questions in here.
Oh.
2 of them are specific for the 2 of you, but all right. So first off, one of them was what's wrong with Donardo. I don't think that we are qualified to answer that. Um,
But we will
Mike.
anyway. His face, his wardrobe,
Whack,
the way he is.
whack.
his style.
I'm just not even gonna say it again.
Like you know that that Pod Hub like commercial thing he did with like
Oh no.
the dude dressing in like multiple
Oh,
like different
no.
like a bad looking outfit
Mhm.
and
forgot
then a
about
good
that.
outfit.
Yeah.
The thing is, Donardo still owns those clothes in the first
And
outfit.
dresses like that. Period.
Yeah, like he sucks. He still
Anyone that
owns
wears
those clothes.
anyone that wears a Canadian tuxedo unironically, there's issues.
Well, yeah. Speaking of NS9, they do have a couple other questions in here, but they also I don't know if you guys saw that Jeopardy thing that they did. It was actually
I
pretty.
actually
Cool.
didn't.
They're going to continue to do it, but
Good.
it's actually
Sounded
pretty
cool.
well put together. I have to reluctantly give them credit, but yeah, we're not sure what's wrong with Donardo, but we know it's something.
Something.
We gave a list.
Okay, so we'll do. He said craft beer recommendations, and I'm
Oh, I
not
forgot about
qualified to
this.
answer this. Just like I'm not qualified for the what's wrong with Donardo.
I think I'm
Dog,
the only
I
one.
don't even know what that is. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
Like-
okay. So he lives in Maryland, right, or the DC area?
Yeah.
So I don't know what they can get down there.
I think he was asking. Actually, that I might have shortened the question. It might have said, like, if when he comes up here.
Oh, I mean, up here in that case, Grist House, Dancing Gnome, East End, Penn Brewery, all that fun stuff. If you're looking for something local, if you want something different, it's out of San Diego. I don't know if it's in your market. Cali Cream and Vanilla Cream Ale, fantastic.
I've never heard of anything except Penn Brewery.
You've heard of Penn? I'm actually shocked.
I think I've heard it on the radio or something. I don't know.
Fair enough.
But like, I could not tell you what a craft beer is.
Basically anything that isn't like Bud, Miller, Coors. Yingling. Yingling is technically the oldest craft brewery because they're.
It says, yeah, next time I come up. So,
But like,
Okay.
like, what is a craft? Like, what makes a craft beer?
It's essentially independent.
Oh,
It's not owned by a big corporation.
okay. I'm like, I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, and it's not mass produced to a certain point.
Yeah.
can't remember the certain
Anytime
point.
anyone ever said that, I assumed it had to do with like
The
act-
ingredients.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
had no idea what
No,
it was.
Honestly, I believe some qualifications are the ingredients, but
Yeah, I had no clue.
okay. I believe Beefy has his cards ready for a little show and tell, but
I-
Tyler wanted to know what his favorite card was.
So I don't know if I could tell my favorite card, but I have some, and I'm gonna shut off my
they're like
virtual
children.
background.
You can't pick just one.
Well, I'm very indecisive.
Yeah,
But
aren't we all?
so I have, and also I do not collect football and I do not collect basketball. I collect baseball and hockey cards, mainly baseball, but I do have some hockey cards. But I'll start with the hockey cards I have to show. So I just went through my cards last night when I saw that question, and I picked out some that I thought either are cool or they're relevant to players today. So this one I just thought was cool, and it's Yager on the Panthers, and it has a
Wow.
game use patch and a piece of a game use stick. I also hate the glare.
I'm shocked it's from the Panthers.
Yeah.
He played what,
And
one
it's-
season down there?
No, he played 2.
Okay.
Maybe. but it's number 6 out of 27. So, but I just thought that card was cool. Here's another one for
Everyone wants to
hockey.
know how much these cost.
I
I'm
couldn't
kidding.
tell you.
I'm kidding.
This is a Brett Hall signed
Ooh.
card with game used jersey in it.
That's kind of tough.
Yeah. I pulled that one out just because Brett Hall's a Hall of Fame player. He's a great goal scorer. So I
Great
thought that was
player.
pretty cool. This one I like. It's a Marty Brodeur signed card.
I might fight you for that.
I realize these are all backwards in the camera, I think. But that's okay. Yeah, so I just like the look of that card. I think it looks very clean. This one is one of my favorites. It is a Gensel rookie patch autograph card. And I know that these are expensive. These go for like a couple $100.
Oh,
Yeah. I saw a couple of them. I saw a couple of them sell on eBay, and the cheapest one I saw sell was for like 180. So
nice.
I think
We're live too, so you just see somebody bust in Beefy's room.
FBI.
FBI, open up. And then this one is actually really cool. It's probably one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite cards that I have. So this is partially answering Kyler's question. Gordie Howe
Ooh.
autograph card. I don't really think I have to explain it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's also on the Whalers too. It's not Red Wings.
Shannon just called me 10, by the way. I want that to be on record.
Years old.
Yeah.
10?
Yeah.
Because you shaved.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Gordie Howe signed card. And then, but some other hockey cards that I have that I don't have out. I have a Sid Series 1 rookie card, which those are very nice to have. I'll just say that. I have McDavid rookie card. I have Ovechkin rookie card. I have a Yager rookie card from 1990. Yeah, those are just some of my those are some of my other hockey cards that I have that they're not signed, but they're just cool to have. But the best one out of those is the Sid rookie card.
Oh, I should pull up the YouTube chat. Whoops.
Yeah. But like all the ones that I have out today are either gonna have like, I think all of them are signed actually, except for the Yager one. The Yager I just showed because I thought it was a cool card.
When you lean back and coughed right there, you just disappeared into flames.
That's how he feels every day.
Yeah. That's how the world currently is.
All right. So next, these are all signed or game used memorabilia as well, but these are baseball cards. I've got 10 of them to show. This one is just relevant to our area. So it's not really like a great thing, but it's Brendan McKay.
Mm.
Oh, there you go.
I got
You hit a
that.
double
in
off
a-
of them.
Yeah, I did. That's why it's like relevant to us. But got this in a break, like a year ago, or something like that. So, or
You
like
still
a
do
year and a
those?
half. What's that?
Do you still do breaks and stuff like that?
I haven't recently, especially
Okay.
since I don't have a job right now. But
Oh, yeah, well, that's fair.
yeah,
My buddies have just recently started getting into it, and I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot Tyler did that.
yeah. This is from what series is this? I don't know. Topps Chrome or yeah, something like that. But Brendan McKay, I just thought it was cool. Let's see. Wander Franco.
Oh, was that from break too? I
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah, it was.
That card will be worth some change in a few years.
Yeah. And this is just like I've got like the box that I have right here is full. I just pulled out like 10 that I thought were either
Oh.
relevant right now or are cool cards.
Fair
This one is Juan Soto.
Oh,
Yeah. Another thing. Just a nice card to have. He's a good young player.
did he just intentionally sign super low there?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Uh,
Doesn't really matter. It's a clean autograph, which is what
Yeah.
matters.
yeah.
Um, let's see. Now we're gonna move into some bigger cards. The first one I'll show you isn't autograph though, but if you're a Pirates fan, it's relevant. So this is a piece of a bat, game used bat for Lloyd Wayner and Paul Wayner.
Hey, that brings up another good question that we have.
What?
How did we ignore Brian Giles?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
Um,
that's why.
But yeah, Lloyd Wayner and Paul Wayner. I just thought that was cool as a Pirates fan to get.
Oh, absolutely.
Considering they played in like the 1920s.
Yeah, and they're both incredible.
Yeah. All right, next. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like him as much as I do, but Clayton Kershaw game used auto.
That's respectable. I feel like a lot of people have hated him just recently, like in the past 3 years.
Yeah, well, everybody's always hated him in the playoffs,
But well, he hates himself.
but he's been like one of my favorite pitchers for a long time. So I always like this card.
Actually, that brings up a good question. He was kind of on like a streak of doing well in the playoffs until he ran into the Astros.
Yeah, Game 5, he threw like 58 breaking balls and no swings and misses.
Yeah, it was insane. So maybe the Astros just kept that stereotype alive.
Possibly. And then this card I really like. It's a patch. It's a patch
Oh.
auto of Ichiro.
I will fight you for that.
Yeah. Tyler Sweeney probably hates this card because he doesn't like Ichiro.
I don't know how you can't like Ichiro.
Yeah. But it's numbered 2 of 5.
Yeah.
So I really like this one. And then this one is a rookie card, but it's also got a game used jersey and a patch and it's a booklet of Aaron Judge.
Oh.
Um,
Honestly, for a
so-
minute, if I didn't read, that kind of looked like Gary Sheffield.
but I know a lot of people have different views on Aaron Judge, but if you're a card collector, this is a good one to have, so it doesn't matter what your view is on him.
Did you guys see his Instagram live with, I can't remember who it was?
No.
He was on with somebody, and he basically called him like the next Derek Jeter in terms of like influential Yankees. Which I mean, he's not wrong. But the thing that I thought was kind of funny, and a lot of people apparently thought was really cool, is in the like behind him on the wall was a Pirates McCutcheon jersey in like a little shadow box with all of like Kutch's stuff from when he was a Pirate.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I got 3 more. This one is not signed or anything, but it has a game used bat relic, and it's Mickey Mantle. And I actually have another Mickey Mantle game used jersey, but I don't have it in this box that I have right now. It's a game used jersey card. So I've got 2 Mickey Mantle game used cards.
You know, I just thought about this. Now would be a good time to say maybe watch the video this week and not the audio.
Yeah, maybe. This one.
Yeah, we're having a show and tell.
Yeah.
This one is actually really cool. So cards, whenever they're made, they have a printing plate.
Yeah.
Which is
Did you get a printing plate?
Yeah. So I got a printing plate, and printing plates are 1 of 1s because there's only 1 of them. And mine, but this is a 2017 card, I believe. Yeah. Yep, 2017. So it's a Cody Bellinger rookie card printing plate.
Ooh, that's
autographed, and it has CB number 35 LAD. I looked up the value on this, and it was like
too much.
I would say like
Worth more than
I
my
looked
bank
this up. I looked this up when I got it, and printing plates similar to this, like with a player like this, were going for like between 600 to 800.
Ha. Ha.
But with him, he won MVP last year, right?
Oh God, it's been so long. I can't
Did he?
remember.
Wasn't it him or Yelich?
I like how I say it's been so long, but it's been like 8 months.
What are you talking about?
He won MVP last year, right? Bellinger.
Yeah.
All right, so the value of this card went up.
Like how somebody just completely zoned out. He's just like, nah, I'm
What
not
were
even
you
listening to
talking
this.
So I have a separate window up because I'm preparing for the next question.
Okay.
Mm.
And then
Tyler's last one.
this one is my last card, and it is a Tops Now card, which once those run out, you can't get them in again.
Yeah.
And it's a Tops Now Mike Trout autograph card.
You paid like actual money for that.
Nope. I
Oh?
won it in a break.
Mother.
I had the Angels. So funny story. I had the Angels in a break, and the Angels are terrible to have in a break because like
Until this year.
until like this year and last year, because the only card you could really hope for was Trout. I mean, there's also Pujols, but I mean, he doesn't really like. You don't really get a lot of cards from him, and I had the Angels in this break, and I didn't win anything. But I was also I was in what's called a beef break, and
Giggity.
the beef is his own. The guy that runs the breaks is his own separate package that has 3 cards in it, and they're each individually sealed. And it's like random which ones they are, but the value of the cards, he said like the value is between $500 to $800, and so he like opens them up, and this happened to be one of them. So that made my break much better.
That's fair.
But yeah. And then some other baseball cards that I have that are not here, that were not signed. Like I've got Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. I have Barry Bonds rookie card, which actually Barry Bonds rookie card. I also have so I have the entire 1987 Topps set.
Oh.
Like, I also like so whenever I turned 12, my aunt and uncle gave that to me, and he collects cards as well. And so for multiple years they gave me like complete sets of cards. So like I've got 87 Topps, I've got 94 Topps that have like Derek Jeter's rookie card in it. Which I know there's a lot of mixed opinions on Derek Jeter, but no matter what, if you're a card collector, that's a good one to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got some cool stuff, but that was just some of my stuff.
Damn it! No, I actually yawned.
All right. So Tyler's last thing was most underrated and overrated Pittsburgh athletes of all time.
Oh man, you're gonna make me think really hard about this.
So mine are actually both Steelers. Underrated. Kind of talked about it last week. I went with Ike Taylor.
Yeah.
You know, once you get past like Rod Woodson and Mel Blount, like cornerback number 3 in Steelers history is kind of up in the air. But for me, it's Ike Taylor. You know, I know kind of what happened towards the end of his career, and he wasn't that good, but that happens with most guys. I mean, for a lot of his career, he was scrutinized for not being able to catch the ball and get the interceptions because of that. But he was a true shutdown corner. I mean, as I mentioned, even like when A.J. Green came into the league, Ike Taylor was on the tail end of his career and he was still shutting down A.J. Green.
Yeah.
He was regularly locking up number 1 receivers for the Steelers, being asked to do that with a pretty subpar secondary overall for a lot of those years too. So I don't know. For me, it's Ike Taylor. And overrated. You know, I think it depends. This is a niche group. It might be, but I see a lot of people throw Plaxico Burress in as like a top 5 to 7 receiver in Steelers history. And if you look, and whether it be his fault or not, because he didn't have that many years with Ben, he was drafted 9th overall, and there were 9 players after him that have made what was it? 9 players were drafted after him. And 9 future Pro Bowlers came from that after him.
Oh, wow.
Drafted 9th overall, 9 future Pro Bowlers after him. He never ended up going to one. So he had one very good season, 2002. That was with Tommy Maddox. Oddly enough. But yeah, him and Ben never really found that success. And you know, the reason he wasn't like shipped away because he was a bad football player or anything like that, he had some off the field stuff, which
Yeah.
ended up landing him in New York. But yeah, I mean, really this was a tough call because I was going through Pittsburgh athletes that I thought were overrated, and I was like, I don't know if this guy really fits the bill. But
While we're
whether it
talking
be
to
like I said, his own fault or not, never really found that success here. Not getting to play with Ben for that long, but also, like I said, also playing into it is the fact that 9 Pro Bowlers were selected after him. So
yeah. While before we move on from Plex, did he shoot himself while he was here or in New
no, that
York?
was in New York.
Okay, I
And
wasn't
that's
sure.
why it was so bad, was because it happened in New York and they have like the most strict gun laws.
Yeah, literally.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on the underrated is definitely like Taylor. My overrated might be a little obscure because it's going back a little bit, and some people might not know. Zach Duke was like really highly touted coming up. Not good. He was all right.
he was good his rookie year.
That was it. He's somehow still in the league as a reliever. I don't know how, but yeah, I think Zach Duke's gonna be my answer at least right now, without any super in-depth thought.
Yeah. I think the thing with him though too is like, once again, getting back to talking about how Plax really didn't have Ben for that long. Zach Duke didn't get the benefit of playing on any good Pirates teams.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if that would have made a difference at all. But yeah, he wasn't, as I mentioned before, like even with that one, stellar season that Derek Cole had, I think that you could argue we haven't had an ace since Doug Drabeck. And Zach Duke
Absolutely.
came up and we thought was going to be a number 1. So
You're absolutely right.
All right, so I did not prepare for this question at all. I forgot it was a question. So my overrated. That's the hardest one for me because I can't really think right now. I was trying to think of something different while you guys are talking. Like it from a different sport.
I was trying to think of Penguins, but I couldn't pull one out. Oh wait. Oh, his last name starts with a Z.
Zubov.
No.
Ziggy Palffy,
Yes. I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
yeah, that dude was so good before he came here, but like he came here kind of at the end of his career.
Yeah.
He really didn't have any interest in playing hockey. But Sid still said like he was like crazy in practice. Like he was on Spitting Chicklets
Mhm.
with Ryan Whitney and
It was
Paul
nasty.
Bissonnette.
Yeah.
And they were talking to him about it, and they talked about when Ziggy Palffy came here in 05.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
0504, one of
they
those
were
2 years.
talking about how like he was literally he would stand on one end of the ice and people would just throw pucks towards the other end of the ice and he would be able to knock them down. Just like one
Oh.
after another. Just
Wow.
crazy hand-eye coordination. But anyway, yeah, Ziggy Palffy.
Actually, I'm gonna go Steelers overrated, and this is just recency bias because I can't really think of anything else.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say Mike Wallace.
I thought about him too.
I thought he was pretty overrated. Like like he could run the deep ball, but like I think a lot of what made him good was like Ben being able to throw to him. Because if you look at him when he leaves, or really a lot of the receivers when they leave the Steelers, they're not that great. Like
Well,
at other places.
So that brings up a good question. Looking back on it, would Emmanuel Sanders be considered underrated?
You know what's funny
As a
is
Steeler,
he was
or-
actually, this is an older article because it was like out of the current roster, overrated or underrated.
Mhm.
But I think it was from like 2013. He was listed as the overrated player for the Steelers.
Really? And
Yeah.
now he was. I
Yeah.
mean, he was basically
Yeah,
number one for
he's
San Fran
one of
last
the
year.
examples that people throw out there for like Steelers receivers that didn't, completely fall off when they left here.
Yeah, if anything, got a bigger chance to shine.
Yeah.
all right. So my underrated. This isn't gonna make sense to a lot of people,
Uh-oh.
and I'm more looking at a outside perspective instead of a Pittsburgh perspective on this athlete. But Evgeny Malkin, and
Oh,
I'm
see. I knew you were going to do Penguin. I thought you were going to say Brian Dumoulin.
no, I'm gonna say Malkin because he is not in the NHL top 100, and
I see.
yeah.
I see.
I mean, he's always in Crosby's shadow, so I don't think like a lot of people don't realize how good Malkin is.
That's fair then.
But even the Pittsburgh fans, I don't think they realize how good he is and how good he's been in his career because we have Sid on the team.
When you're looking at like that, I completely agree with you.
But he's not in the NHL top 100 whenever I don't know what those idiots are thinking because he's a top 15 center of all time and he's a top 40 player of all time. And I will adamantly state that.
You're not wrong. You are completely factually correct, unless you work for the NHL and rank them.
No, I didn't rank him.
Exactly.
Because I would have had it correctly.
Exactly. That's the only person that matters more than you in this situation.
Like, how do you have Jonathan Taves in the NHL top 100 instead of Evgeny Malkin? Because he's a good locker room boy. That's why. What's that?
Is YouTube chat working right now or no?
I haven't seen anybody type, but
oh,
yeah.
Stubbs texted me and said he was in his head saying Zach Dude.
Nice.
He said it wasn't working.
Is he back on Twitter, by the way?
Huh?
Is Stubbs back on Twitter?
I can't answer that.
That's a yes.
I can't answer this. Okay, so Malkin.
Yep.
That's fair.
All right. Well, let me see here.
We still have a lot of questions. I only have about an hour left. Hour and 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So let's do some rapid fire.
Okay. Well, we'll go with Craig's other question about the XFL. So how long do you guys think the XFL would have lasted if not for the coronavirus pandemic? And is it fair to blame the XFL's collapse on the coronavirus pandemic?
Yes. Honestly, I could have seen it going for at the pace it was at least a couple more years if it didn't pick up many more steam. Obviously, things could have happened, good or bad, including this. But yeah, I think it's fair to put it on this pandemic right now. I mean, compared to the AAF or whatever it was, it did very well.
Well, it's sold more. It like had more revenue in its first week than the AAF did have in its entire season.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think it's fair to blame the pandemic for it shutting down this season. But long term, I didn't see it sustaining the success that it had early on. I think that people were just, looking for something different, willing to give it a shot, and it was, set up differently. I feel like I mentioned on here, I feel like they literally looked at what people hated about the NFL and tried to break the barrier and make some changes that go against what the NFL does.
Now, when you say long term, what do you mean?
Well, I was just saying, I think it would have lasted the rest of this season.
Like
probably next year, and I'd be iffy about saying the following year.
Okay, that's fair.
I think that them coming out and saying that they're shutting down, and if they do come back, they have no plans to come back in 2021. But if they do come back, it's going to be without Commissioner Oliver Lux or President, whatever his actual title is, involvement in it. I think that that's pretty telling, to me at least, that they weren't thrilled with the way that it was going anyway.
Huh. Interesting.
So I don't know how long it would have lasted without this pandemic. I would say, like I said, it would have lasted the rest of the season, I think, next year. And then I'd be iffy to say if they would have been in 2022.
I'm pretty much the same because I was going to say they'll probably be like 2 to 3 years. Because I don't know what it like. I just don't find like another football league that compelling. Like I have no interest in it. Kind of like
skill gap was there. Like the legitimate skill gap was there. It wasn't just like A-B. It was literally A to like F.
Yeah, like I just don't. I didn't care about it. I didn't care about the AAF. It didn't interest me at all, and I feel like I'm probably in the majority of that. Like, so after a while, it just can't sustain itself.
Yeah.
But I definitely think you can blame the coronavirus for shutting down this year at least. This year it would have been fine.
And it's Vince McMahon. He's going to try again next year whenever this is whenever he can, really. He's a maniac.
That is true, but okay. So what do we want to do next? Oh, you brought up when we were talking about you already brought up Brian Giles on here, so we might as well address that.
Yeah.
We must have not have said his name when we were actually recording. We must have, because we were, his name did get mentioned.
We did, and I'm going to answer this very frankly. That was Ryan, right?
Yeah.
For the sake of not being boring and having the same answer the entire time, and the amount of options we had for the outfield, I put Matty Alou there instead of Brian Giles. Thank you very much.
I forgot about that pick for you.
Yeah.
Well,
And
with my
Barry-
answers, like I get he is the highest OPS, but with my answers, I went with like people who had longevity on the team.
Yeah.
Like
I
Brian
think
Giles
it's
played
you.
here like what 4 seasons and was
Yeah.
traded in the 5th season.
And like Barry Bonds was good. We'll start on that one too. Barry Bonds was very good. Better with other teams than when he was with the Pirates. There were plenty of guys who outperformed him. Credit in a different era, but I don't care.
Although didn't he win 3 MVPs?
Here,
Yeah,
I don't know if it was 3.
I know he won a couple. like I could see leaving or like having a bigger gripe leaving Bonds off the list than Brian Giles.
Oh, I could too, because I'm one of those few people that, excuse me, that thinks Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't care about the roids and stuff like that. I don't care if it was proven or not. He should be in there.
Well, I think we all agree on that.
Okay. Never mind.
But like when I think when I think I'm thinking of Pirates of past, I'm sorry, I just don't think of Brian Giles. Maybe it's just because like he played when I was like too young,
Yeah.
but he didn't play long enough on the Pirates either. But he's not on my all-time team. I don't care.
Ryan, would you have been happy if I said Lastings Millage?
Like there's more that there's
If I
more
said
that goes
Delvin
into
Young.
there's there's more that goes into all-time teams than just like who had the best stats. Like if you played like who was the best like if you played 1 year, that's the same reason like Luke Robitaille wasn't on my Penguins all-time team. He played 1 season with the Penguins.
Yeah.
But if we were going like who were the best players that ever played for the Penguins, he's probably on it.
Yeah,
So
you're not wrong. And by the way, I'm
longevity
mostly
had
joking.
something to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue Brian Giles over Kutch, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like Kutch. It was like you mentioned.
Bush had a bigger impact on the team,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he played here for 9 seasons.
Yeah, but yeah, to answer that question, like legitimately, I just wanted to add a little more variety. And like somebody said, we definitely brought him up. I just don't know if it was recorded because we were talking about that for a while.
Yeah. Okay. So, Peter, the same person that asked us about a trade for J.J. Watt, also wanted to know about the possibility of an NBA team ever being in Pittsburgh, which
Ooh,
Nope.
don't know if we talked about it here.
Do you want the legitimate answer?
Yeah, it's no.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
Okay, the legitimate reasoning. Sorry.
Legitimate reasoning is
Yeah.
because we already have more teams than we should.
Yeah, so this city can, statistically at least, can support 2.5 teams, which they barely even support that half of a team.
I mean, they basically do have 2.5 teams.
I mean, yes, but they barely support the Pirates. They kind of treat it like a fraction of a team. But yeah, there's no way. It's kind of absurd that we have 3 teams. I mean, we almost had 2 about 15 years ago, you know? So yeah, I'm going to say the chances are very, very slim unless like the city completely blows up and like millions of people move here.
Yeah.
I think the only way you would see an NBA team is if
The Pirates move?
2 of the teams left.
You think 2?
I don't think it would take 1 leaving. I think it would have to take 2 teams leaving, which that's not going to happen.
That'd be wild. Also, it's
But see,
just-
if it were to be the Penguins leaving, then we have half of the team in the Pirates, and probably another half a team for the NBA
the
team.
NBA team
So
for a
really
while,
only have
yeah.
2.
How about this?
I guess that's true.
Let's take the Cavaliers. Let's move them into like the panhandle of West Virginia, and everybody just commutes.
The
We don't want the Cavs right now.
Who cares?
the Wheeling Cavaliers.
They've been garbage outside of LeBron anyway for how long?
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
even
for real.
even
But
with
yeah, as you mentioned, we're the smallest metropolitan area with 3.
yeah.
Let alone talking about like bringing in a 4th. So I've been taught to never say never. So it's just not going to happen in our lifetime. Who knows what's going to happen after that?
That's fair. Also, the YouTube chat still is working because Stubbs came in here and said, Ryan, they basically just told you to weep.
So basically, you're saying it's not going to happen in the next 60 years.
A lot of things aren't going to happen in the next 60 years. So
But LeBron will still be playing.
somehow, and his hairline will be on the back of his head.
How old would LeBron? LeBron would be what, like 94?
How old is he now?
He's 35 right now.
I was 35. I was
You were
95.
close. You were very close.
Okay. So speaking of Pittsburgh, Mike in Illinois said, "Am I going to be able to come to Pittsburgh on the 4th of July?"
You're going to like this answer. Yes. The question is, will there be baseball here? That's the real question. Also, what the hell happened to my shoulder?
All right. So the easy answer is yes, you're allowed to come here. Whether there will be things to do or sports being played or people will see you, that's another question. But yes, you
Or
can
if you
come
can
here.
fly here.
Yeah, you
Well-
can come here.
See, here's the thing. I think, like, in all honesty, for the people that live around Pittsburgh that listen, I'm sure there are people outside of here that do like Tyler. If everything keeps going at this trajectory and everybody still continues to stay home, in about 3 weeks, things will start opening up. As long as everybody goes by the social distancing and everything like that, you're seeing that flattening. So I think by the end of May, things will be back open. There will be things to do, but I think sports and stuff like that will still be, at the very least, played in empty stadiums until probably August at the earliest.
I don't even care. Give me empty stadium sports.
yeah,
I just want sports.
I just want empty stadium sports for the fact of like what the announcers are going to do. I wanna see more
Empty
like
stadium sports, syringe, just put it right into my veins.
All right, a long fly ball to deep center field. That's going back.
Well,
It's off the wall.
you remember the game in Baltimore? They didn't let anybody in because of the riots.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
That was the Adam Jones double call.
yeah, that was incredible. That was
And he's in
awesome.
the second base with a double.
Dude, imagine Joe Block or Greg Brown losing their minds over like a walk-off home run, and like the players on the field can hear him just because there's no one else in the stadium.
That'd be amazing, especially because it's in like Florida or Arizona because they're so close to the field.
That'd be so funny.
Ryan Miller wants to know, is cereal a soup?
Jesus Christ!
I mean, by definition, it kind of is.
Wouldn't it technically be like a chowder?
Wouldn't it be a stew?
That's a great question, actually.
What's the difference between stew and soup?
Cereal.
It's cereal. I
That's
actually
what
have
it
no
is.
idea because chowder's cold, right? Predominantly. Oh wait, I think I'm thinking of something
Dog.
else.
I don't eat chowder.
What
I
about
have no
porridge?
idea.
Wait, what'd you say, Smitty?
So you talk about porridge?
Maybe. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Let's see. Difference between soup and stew. The main difference between soup and stew is found in the primary ingredient, liquid. Soup can either be completely liquefied or it can include other elements such as meat, fish, or vegetables.
The primary
that are full-
ingredient
that
is
are
liquid.
fully submerged in broth, water, or stock. Stew, however, is much heartier and thicker than soup. So I guess it's just like really thick. It's stew.
So if you overload the cereal and go light on the milk, it's stew.
Yeah, but if you have a lot of milk and a little bit of cereal, it's soup.
I hate this question.
I mean, let me just Google that. Is cereal soup? Let me just see what comes up.
Google's just
The
going to
hot
look at
dog
you
or
like you're
sandwich?
stupid.
A hot
What
dog is a hot dog.
What did Brian Reynolds say? Did you guys see that video?
No.
They put out like 2 videos of like questions with Brian Reynolds, and he did that. Did you see the videos he did in like college or high school?
Yeah.
It was kind of like that. And somebody has a hot dog, a sandwich. I think he just goes, it's more like a sub. I love that, man.
Yeah,
Right,
okay.
Jamal. It does suck. Jamal's actually on YouTube. Holy hell.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he didn't exist anymore.
You never know, dude.
Washed.
Laundromat.
This is saying cereal is not a soup because it's not hot.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Like soup, I think has to be hot.
Is cereal a salad?
We're going down a wormhole. Let's move. Keep going.
North Shore 9 respond. They actually asked a legit question after, but their first thing just said anything, question mark.
This is your question.
Yes. But then they ended up asking, what was your first sports jersey?
See, I can't remember. It's one of two
Ben
jerseys.
Roethlisberger.
Mine's an
Okay.
Eddie George Titans jersey.
Mine was either a Mike Vick Falcons jersey or a Brett Favre Packers jersey. I can't remember.
Wait, how old were you when you got the Titans jersey?
It was before I was
And
like
why?
It was before I was a Steeler fan.
Oh, so
When I
you
was, like-
asked for it?
When I was like super young, I loved rooting against the Steelers.
Oh, he was one of those people that had something wrong with him, Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know it yet.
Jamal
got
said
wiser.
yeah. Jamal said he needs a couple extra scoops of detergent.
Yeah, mine was I got a Ben Roethlisberger jersey for Christmas in 4th grade. So that was his rookie season,
Oh wow.
which is actually fun. Like my two main jerseys I've had, one of them is hanging up on my wall right there. I
Oh.
got that for Christmas in 2005.
Oh.
So I got that his rookie season. It
God,
doesn't
those
have
jerseys.
it doesn't have a obviously you can't see the front, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have anything on the front, which for a few years there was this kid named Colin O'Brien in my high school, and he would tell me my jersey was fake because it didn't have a C or A on the front when I
Uh-huh.
got it his rookie year. And my friend Ryan Smarsh and I, we couldn't stand that he kept saying that it was fake just because he didn't know what it was.
I was gonna say he didn't have he had an A his second year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
and he got C his 3rd year.
Yeah.
Because I don't think in 2000 his second year I don't think they had a captain.
That would make sense.
Um,
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
so
English.
I don't know why, but Jeff wants to know what our favorite article of clothing is.
All right. Whenever you
Um,
were typing that in the notes, you didn't like finish it right away, and it just said favorite article
I know where you're going.
when I was
with
looking
that.
at it, and I was like, are we
You
talking
think
like
I read
sports
Penn's blog?
articles or like? It would
No one's
definitely
gonna
be
laugh at
something
that?
from Peep. Just kidding. He sucks. He got
He was
fired.
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 This is tough, man. I'm
Favorite
between.
article of clothing.
I don't know what I would do without socks,
That's what he said.
but also,
I think right now in this. In
I
the way
mean,
the
if you
world
live
is-
in the right place, you don't need to wear socks ever.
I rock straight Calvin Klein underwear, so I'm going underwear.
All right. No one needed that mental image again.
All right.
Again, thank you for saying it again.
I have two things in mind. But I'm gonna pick the one that I wear. I shouldn't say.
You know,
I shouldn't say I wear more, but I think I like better. So I was thinking between hats or hoodies, and hoodies wins for me.
See,
I love hoodies,
in the way
even
the
though I
world
have
is
a
right
ton of
now-
hats.
Well, you and me both.
Yeah.
The way the world is right now, I was going to say masks, but I am going to go with hats. I mean,
I might have to
hair is-
switch mine to hats.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It
I honestly,
was
I
tough.
think if you
already
go
brought
back,
up LeBron's hairline, but
yeah, good point. Very.
Yeah,
good
it's kind of
point.
rough, Smitty.
If I wonder now at this point, if we go back through all our episodes that we have on video, I think Smitty has worn more hats than me, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah, I actually hold on.
you know why? Because like one of the first episodes we did on YouTube, I didn't, and I noticed
And you
how
were like,
terrible
"Oh,
it looked. Especially like in your room, like coming down at an
it
angle.
comes down."
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not funny.
Okay, so we got two more, and I was debating on how to do these. I was gonna say Platts for last, but I think that we should end it with Shannon's. So, top 5 music artists / bands of all time.
Oh God, I still don't know
And
my
I'm
fifth.
not going first on this one because I'm still sitting here thinking.
I'll go first, but I'm going to put an asterisk on it. Let me pull it up real quick.
The asterisk is we don't know.
Yeah. So
We don't care.
my 4,
I'm here to tell you right now. We don't care.
the 4 that I could pick, Mac Miller's one of them. Cruella, anybody that knows me, of course, that's going to be on there. Seether. They were the band that got me into rock music. Yeah, I know.
All right.
I love that reaction. My fourth one is Sullivan King. He's kind of just a mash of all the genres I love. My fifth one is honestly a tie between like 20 different bands or artists. I could
I thought you were
not
gonna say
tell
like
you.
5. You said 20.
Yes, I know, because that's the thing. There are so many. Once I get down to that point, I don't know, because like I could go with like Queen, or I don't even know, dude.
Dude,
It's hard.
All right. So are you done?
Yeah.
Because I can only think of 3 that are for sure in
Yeah.
my top 5. And mine, like you, I have Mac Miller. And anyone who knows me, I've
Yeah.
been a fan of his since 2010. So, yeah, since the end of my freshman year of high school. But after that, I have A Day to Remember.
Ooh.
They are one of my favorite bands ever. Arguably my favorite band.
That might be number 5.
Yeah, I started listening to them in 2006.
Oh wow.
So
Young emo Tyler.
yeah, young emo Tyler. And then my third that I can think of is 21 Pilots.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. I love all their music. I know all their music. Like you could play a song, I know all of it. And they put on the best live show that I've ever seen. And I've been
heard
to a
that.
lot of big concerts.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I've seen a lot of big artists, and they put on the best live show.
Hell, you saw Post Malone and Childish Gambino in the past year.
Yeah.
So that's saying something.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody hold on. Somebody put a picture of a blobfish next to Smitty, the way he's sitting right now.
But like getting 5 is so tough. Like I don't know. Like there's a lot of bands that I've listened to like in my life.
See,
they're like
that's
artists.
the thing.
Like it honestly, like it's so tough because you do have a recency bias because it's like I said, I listen to Post Malone all the time. I don't know if he's in my top 5. Like I used to listen to Drake all the time. I used to listen to Lil Wayne all the time. Blink 182, Green Day. Like there's all these like artists and bands that I don't know if I can, like I can't pick 5. I'm sorry, Ryan, but like I'm keeping it to 3 because I truly don't know about 5.
Yeah, like you said, there's just so much. Like I could say Post Malone, I could say A Day to Remember, like to varying degrees, obviously. Like I said, I could say Queen, I could say Foreigner, I could say Earth, Wind and Fire. I could say Zach Brown Band, and I'm not a country person. What was that? What was that?
Zach Brown Band.
And I think part of it is too because I've gone through phases.
Yeah,
with music in my life.
Everyone does.
Because for the first like 9 years of my life, all I knew was country music. And then what?
You and country music?
Yeah.
Huh.
I've probably listened to more country music than you know.
I mean, yeah, I just don't picture you listening to country music.
Yeah, that's all I listened to growing up. Wow. Like as a kid. And then then I got into punk rock. And that's all I listened to. Yeah. And then I got into my heavy stuff. No. Oh. And then I got into my heavy stuff, like my screamo and like metalcore and deathcore and all that sort of stuff. And that's all I listened to for probably like 3 or 4 years. Then I started playing football, and then I got into rap.
Yep, there it is.
And because I didn't play football until I was in 8th grade.
Oh.
Yeah, because there was a weight limit. And if I wanted to play with people my age, I couldn't. Yeah. I had to play with people that were like 2 to 3 years older than me because of my size, and my mom didn't want me doing that.
Yeah, you'd probably get hurt.
Yeah, like I mean, like the weight limit was 145, which I guess it's bullcrap because they raised it. Like it's not 145 anymore.
Yeah.
But like, so whenever I went to try to play midgets, in 7th grade, when they weighed me, I weighed like 160 or 163 or something like that. and I would have to lose like 15 to 20 pounds basically to play. Like I could be on the team, I could practice, but I wouldn't be able to play if I weighed that much.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point? That's why I played soccer for 12 years.
Oh,
Yeah, I was a soccer kid growing up.
this
What were we
conversation is
talking about?
really strayed.
Yeah,
Smitty,
But-
your top 5.
but yeah. So it's basically I just went through phases. I've listened to a lot of bands. I can't pick 5, so I gave you 3.
Yeah. Also, don't forget about the bracket at the end.
Oh yeah, that's also from Shannon though, so that's fine.
Wow.
So we want to do bracket or hottest take first?
I still don't know my hottest take.
So for this top 5 thing, I mean, 1, Justin Timberlake, the dude doesn't miss. Ever.
Oh. Mm,
You said you can't put Post Malone on there, but I think I have to.
fair. To each their own.
And then like beyond that, I'm really struggling. Like I still listen to a lot of Bruno Mars.
Luke
I
Combs.
listened to a lot of Usher. I currently do listen to a lot of Luke Combs, but I don't know if I can put him on like top 5 all time already.
Usher.
Yeah.
One artist that crossed my mind when it came to country for all time was Brad Paisley. That was my favorite artist growing up.
See, I would say Kenny Chesney if I were to say I'm picking a country artist. Because
I
I
like
listened
Kenny
to him
Chesney
the
too.
longest. He's been around the longest of the artists that I still listen to.
See, I like Toby Keith and Trace Atkins growing up when I was like real young.
Mm.
Yeah, I listened to
Wow.
both of those.
Super redneck. Mega redneck.
That's like Red Solo Cup in an empty field.
No, literally.
But yeah, so I guess, man, for the sake of picking 5, I'm gonna go Justin Timberlake, Post Malone, Bruno Mars, Usher, and Kenny Chesney.
That's fair. I'm
And that
surprised.
probably
I'll be
won't
honest.
True. Next year, if you were to ask me this again, it'd be completely different.
I'll be honest. And I might get some heat for this. Besides, yeah, which I don't even know if that's an Usher song. He's just on it. I can't name an Usher song.
Really?
I couldn't name one. If someone put a bullet to my or like a gun to my head, I could not name an Usher song.
Burn?
All right.
Confession?
Okay. Hold on. Now I'm getting shit from Shannon. I forgot Garth Brooks.
Oh, you
that's
listen to
also
Garth
up there.
Brooks too?
Yeah. My mom loves him.
Oh yeah. Okay. So is it time for Shannon's stupid stuff?
Wow.
I would say let's do the bracket first. I think it's best to leave with a hot take,
All right.
especially
So-
because I'm not sure if you guys are still going to want to do a show with me.
I'm going to give you an ego boost here from Nick. He said, I spent all this time here and Smitty hasn't said a word. He's literally the backbone of this podcast and hasn't spoken.
How long was he in here? How long did I not speak for?
I don't know.
You guys were talking. Beefy was talking about his phases.
Yeah, probably. All right. So who wants to? Do we want to just like take it like piece by piece and just go
Yeah.
down the list?
Yeah.
All right. So start top left.
hmm The Oregon Trail region.
Yeah. So are we starting with the
The second one, I cut
the
it down
Sweet
around so
16?
it'd be quick. Yeah.
okay.
Now,
I'm going with Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I was gonna say I should preface this by saying
Yeah.
I do not have any real memory of the Secret World of Alex Mack
This
or
region
Felicia
sucks.
Explains Everything. All
This-
of it,
This
whatever it is.
region sucks.
It does. Kind of. But yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark was a good show.
Like, can we slide Doug on over to that region?
No.
We're like, okay, let's just keep going.
All right. The next one is Clarissa Explains It All versus the Ren and Stimpy show.
Ren and
I'm
Stimpy.
going the Ren and Stimpy show.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
that
if
that
Nick's
show
still
is
in
crazy.
here, him and I are Ren and Stimpy.
All right. Do we want to finish this
Stimpy?
region, and then go to a different region, or do we want to like stick with the Sweet 16?
Oh, are we going all the way? Okay. Yeah. Let's just finish this.
Because I
region.
feel like
Yeah.
I feel like it would be easier to keep track of what we already picked.
Yeah.
All right. Are You Afraid of the Dark or the Ren and Stimpy show?
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same thing.
I mean, Ren and Stimpy was just so crazy.
It was.
For better or
It
worse.
was like the. Yeah. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I mean, that region just sucks.
Yeah,
All
you're
right.
not wrong.
Okay. Next region, the Dunkaroos region.
All that.
All that or the Angry Beavers. All
All
that.
that.
Yeah, all that.
All right. Guts or Hey Arnold?
Hey Arnold.
I love both these shows, but yes, Hey Arnold. English, Hey Arnold.
I'm going Guts just because I love the Nickelodeon game shows.
I mean, I could see it.
Yeah.
That was. That's one of the tougher ones of like the first matchups that we're looking at.
Yeah, I liked Hey Arnold as a kid, but I loved like waking up and watching the game shows on Nickelodeon. So I'm going Guts. And then Guts versus All That wins.
Well, okay, so for us it'd be All That versus Hey Arnold, and I'm going with All That.
Hey Arnold.
All right.
All right. We all have a different. Well, no. Did you pick All That over Guts?
Yeah, I picked all
Okay. All right.
of that. All right, the Easy Bake Oven region. We have Rocco's Modern Life and Real Monsters.
I have
Rocco's
memories of
Modern
both
Life.
shows, but man, yeah, agreed.
Yeah, Rocco's Modern Life. The next one's
All right,
Rugrats.
Rugrats or The Adventures of Pete and Pete. Yeah.
No, I don't recall
Rugrats.
that.
I don't either. Yeah.
Was that
Hold
not
on, let me
born
look
early
it up
enough in
to
the
see if I
90s?
I mean, you guys are born in what, 95?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely too early for me.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Pete and Pete, the final episode was 1996.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. And it must not be that good because I never saw reruns of it. But so we all picked Rocco's Modern Life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
All
we
right, so
all picked
Rugrats versus Rocco's Modern Life. I'm picking Rugrats.
Me too.
Yeah. That was easy.
This one's tough for me.
Rugrats movie, great movie. You know the one where they go to France? That's a great movie.
I actually don't remember that.
All right. And it's famous for having an orange like VHS tape.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
There's a giant Reptar at the end. You don't
These late
no
90s
recollection?
babies, man.
I got nothing.
All right. Doug versus Keenan and Kel. Now, I'm going Keenan and Kel.
I am too. I just wish Doug had a different first matchup.
Yeah. I guess technically it's the second matchup, but yeah.
I meant one's
I just like Keenan and Kel more than Doug. Yeah.
Me too.
Keenan and Kel was funnier to me than Doug. So
yeah. Agreed.
All right. Next. Also, this is the Jonathan Taylor Thomas region.
Incredible region.
Yeah. Salute Your Shorts or Legends of the Hidden Temple? Legends of the Hidden Temple. Easy.
Yeah.
Done.
God, that show was amazing.
All right. Legends of the Hidden Temple or Keenan and Kel? I'm picking Legends of the Hidden Temple.
This is tough, but yeah.
Yeah.
That was
this is a good region.
When it came to Nickelodeon game shows, at least for me, Legends of the Hidden Temple was like the pinnacle. Like that was the best one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was such a good show. All right, so
hold on a second.
We've got
talk about going back around. Like we started where we did, but going back around, why did All Real Monsters beat Double Dare?
I just moved it along. I just went with the higher seeds. Sorry.
Oh my.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
you filled this out?
Uh,
I thought it just came like this.
I'm gonna.
I didn't even read the first options. I just
Go
looked
away.
at the second one.
I'm gonna go away.
Also, I'm not sure that Salute Your Short should have beat out Wild Thornberries, but hey, that's a different subject.
I agree with that too.
Yeah, Stubbs just
Guts
texted me and
went-
said, "Where the hell's Wild Thornberries?"
Dude, Guts went against the Amanda show.
Yeah.
What kind of a first round match was that?
I don't
Why
know.
is the Amanda show a 6 seed?
That's like
Listen.
Keenan and Kel versus Cat Dog. What's going on?
Dude, the Amanda show should be no lower than 4.
I found it last night. Don't put
This is
too much
crap.
thought into this.
Well, now I'm
watch
putting a
it.
lot of thought into
We
this.
can
should've looked
revisit.
back.
We can revisit.
All right.
All right. So our final 4. Well, I think Smitty and I have the same final 4.
I may or may not have forgotten mine already.
We have Are You Afraid of the Dark? Are You Afraid of the Dark? All That, Rugrats, and Legends of the Hidden Temple.
And I have.
And
Legend-
then
Legends
I
of
think
Hidden Temple,
you're the only one
Rugrats.
that you have different is Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go with Are You Afraid of the Dark and All That for me and Smitty.
I'm doing all
and Hey
that.
Arnold for you. I'm going All That as well.
So I loved both shows. I watched Hey Arnold more. So I'm gonna say Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold. I cannot say it for the life of me.
I would say if I was you, I would say Hey Arnold as well.
Yeah.
Over Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
All right. So other side, we've got Rugrats versus Legends of the Hidden Temple. It's easy for me. Legends of the Hidden Temple is winning.
Yeah.
It's going to the chip.
The chip.
Yeah, dude, Legends. Oh my god! Like I would, if I knew that was on right now, I would hang up this. call.
Supposedly it was making a comeback.
All right. Do you remember the teams from Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Something.
Because I was going to ask you, what's your
Barracudas?
favorite team? Blue Barracudas. That was my favorite team.
Somehow I got that.
They were all colors. So we've got red jaguars, blue barracudas, green monkeys, orange iguanas, purple parrots, and silver snakes.
I hope you don't remember that off the top of your head, because if you did,
I can remember 3 of them off the top of my
Okay.
head. I can remember silver snakes, blue barracudas, and purple parrots. All because they have, what are they called when you have the first letter the same?
I wonder, Stubbs texted me and said, "What was the show where they had to figure out or try to guess somebody's talent? Was that called Figure It Out? Was just what it was called?
I
Did it
think-
also have a spin wheel on it?
Uh,
I think so. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was Figure It Out. Yeah,
Yeah.
children with special skills or unique achievements compete as contestants. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. All right. So what are we looking at now?
That was also a good show. Why is this not on here?
Yeah.
So did you have Legends of the Hidden Temple going to the championship?
Yeah.
All right. So we have Legends of the Hidden Temple versus All That and Hey Arnold, depending on who you are.
And yeah. Oh. So I'll say this to add another wrench into this. Rocket Power wasn't on there.
Yeah.
Was Rocket Power a 90s show?
Yeah. I don't remember what year, but yeah. Oh, between those two, man. Those might
Rocket
have
Power
been-
is 99. So
Rocket Power started in 99 and
Oh.
ended in 04, so it's probably not considered a 90s show.
Yeah.
All right, so this is really tough for me because you've got All That, which is basically like Nickelodeon Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And whenever
defines our childhood.
yeah, like the original cast is what like made it.
You're completely right on that.
That had like Keenan and Kel, Amanda Bynes, like all those people. And it's basically like the Saturday Night Live sketch comedy for Nickelodeon. And then you have Legends of the Hidden Temple, which is like the best game show. So you got like
Oh.
the funniest show and you got the best game show. It's so tough. I
And I have
So-
arguably the best animated series they put out, and Legends of the Hidden Temple.
So I think I'm going to go with Legends of the Hidden Temple only because I remember watching that. Even though I did watch all that all the time too, I watched Legends of the Hidden Temple literally any time it was on TV, and I love game shows. One of my favorite shows today, or like one of my favorite channels today, is Game Show Network. So I loved game shows even as a kid. So I'm going to pick Legends of the Hidden Temple.
That's still on?
Game Show Network, yeah. Channel
Wow.
233 on DirecTV, bud.
Didn't know that.
Family Feud all day, every day.
All right.
And this is a really tough decision.
I'm
love
going
all
Legends of the
that.
Hidden Temple too.
Mm.
Mainly because just thought about this. There could be episodes of all that where you might not find funny, the skits aren't funny, but Legends of the Hidden Temple doesn't miss.
Yeah,
It's
It
always gonna
was-
be the exact same thing.
it was
You don't
great every
miss.
single time.
Oh boy.
All that right now, just to Legend of the Hidden Temple. Please, bro, miss just once.
Oh man. Like I said the last time, I've watched both of these way too much. I'm gonna go with Hey Arnold. Yeah.
Respect.
I mean, they're both great options. I watched the shit out of both of them. I can't say that on here.
um,
Smitty, you're in charge of editing this.
are you so? Were you saying
I have to
that-
work.
Were you saying that Hey Arnold was the best animated series Nickelodeon's ever put out?
At least in that time.
Yeah, because the only like this one, I feel like it's very generic but like SpongeBob, I feel like
Oh,
like
Yeah.
no matter what opinions I have, it's definitely the biggest one. Like
yeah,
it might
but that
like
was
people
mostly
might
like
not.
a 2000s thing.
Yeah, I'm not saying like 90s. I'm just
Yeah.
saying all time.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to argue against SpongeBob. Like it's like the biggest show Nickelodeon's ever had.
Yeah. That's
Isn't
fair.
it still running? It's been like canceled like twice, but then they just
Yeah, they
reboot
just
it
keep
because they're
bringing
like,
it back.
oh wait, they're like, oh wait, this is our most popular show. Why do we cancel it?
Yeah. We can make another movie and make more money.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. So there it has. Smitty and I have Legends of the Hidden Temple, and Herb has all that.
And for anybody over the age of 29 now? Sorry.
Yeah. But so Shannon has also one left to give a hot take.
What is happening to TV right now?
These Nickelodeon shows.
What?
What? Well, yeah, Beefy, leave and come back. You've died.
We covered this. Yeah, the last thing is literally hot takes that Shannon wants us to give. Because she wants to be able to roast us instead of
See-
the other way around.
Here's the issue. She knows a majority of mine.
Hello?
Hello?
Am
Imagine
I-
imagine not leaving and coming back.
Am I still dead? Hello?
I'm about to just kick him.
Oh my gosh, all right.
Oh, wait, did it work?
He's just been frozen on my screen the exact same way.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. We'll keep going. Whatever.
I had to say mine last, and he has to be in here because
This is an absolutely riveting episode of the podcast.
yeah,
We went from show and tell to just absolute insanity to he's on my screen twice now. Oh, what's happening?
oh, you know what? He might have been going in on like his phone, or might be coming out of his phone.
He might be. Who knows? Whatever. Man, I genuinely do not know mine.
Really?
Yeah.
And she
Okay, now
didn't
let's
even
see.
say like just give one. That's the thing. So she might be looking for like multiple.
Did she not say hottest take?
I
Am
thought
I
she said
back?
hottest takes.
Yeah, you're back.
All right. It says my internet connection is unstable, so that's good.
Just like everyone else's mental health.
Yeah. All right. Did you give one while I was gone?
No,
Yeah.
we were talking about how you died, and then the fact that I have no idea what the hell I'm gonna say.
Yeah, she said hottest takes on whatever subject. So that's multiple.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say pierogies suck. I still agree with that.
I don't know about that. Is this just like rapid fire, or are we taking turns?
Whenever you think of
whenever
one.
something comes to mind, just say it.
All right. Rihanna is not good looking. She looks like a lizard. And I will not be told otherwise.
Who's
got a
the
huge-
person they talked about on The Office?
She's got a huge forehead.
You know, I wouldn't be saying this when people already call you sexist.
How is it sexist? I don't
Do you not
find it
remember that?
attractive.
Do you not
Who's the-
remember that?
Who's the person on The Office that they're debating over? Hillary Swank?
Hillary Swank.
Actually, who did call you sexist?
Psst, I don't know.
Was it some
Who
like
didn't?
older lady?
No, I thought it was like DiNardo or NS9 that started that.
Oh, it may have been. I thought somebody like
Because I tweeted about these two
Oh.
girls at a baseball game.
yeah, that's what it was. That's
But
what it was.
it's literally the only thing that was brought up. Like just because I said they were girls, that's why people had a issue with it. If I just said fans, no one would have an issue with it.
Yeah.
But
I don't have any hot takes. Like everything I say is right.
yeah, Rihanna's not
Well.
attractive. That was the
that might
one
be
that
my
I
hot
thought. Like I know Ryan will probably be mad at that.
Oh, he's gonna tell you to weep, for sure.
He should weep because she's not attractive. She looks like a freaking lizard.
Sports fans suck, but that's not a hot take. We know that.
Yeah, sports fans are awful.
That makes me want to say one, but I literally cannot, given what we have got ourselves into in the past month.
Why can't you?
You wanna think about where this podcast goes?
I don't know.
Those fans in particular kind of suck, in my opinion. Sometimes. You can see where I'm going with this, I think.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, I know.
we're saying but I mean we're not disagreeing. We're saying in general, add on to that the other two fan bases too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's fair. I'll shut up now.
Let's see.
Why
I
is
wanted
this
to
so
end with-
hard?
One of mine.
All
that
right.
the
Well,
one-
I'm still trying to think of some.
Is that the one you said would piss people off?
It's gonna piss you two off.
I mean, I know mine will piss people off because I know people that like fangirl over Rihanna.
That's fair.
I
I-
just,
Listen, I'll make a compromise. If I think of one, I'll text her.
there's no ripples in the water for me when it comes to that girl. I don't even know what I just said either.
We overrate the hell out of Permanis.
We as in
We do.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I would say if you mean we as in like us, we like Peppies.
True.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The regatta sucks.
Never been.
Don't.
Let's see. New Year's Eve, St. Patrick's Day, night before Thanksgiving. Those are all like terrible holidays.
You had me in the first half, Chief.
All right. Well, there's no difference between New Year's Eve, St. Patrick's Day, and the night before Thanksgiving. Besides giving a reason, people an excuse to drink. That's literally the only thing like that they're used for.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
They're stupid holidays.
Man.
St. Patrick's Day isn't stupid if you're like actually Irish or in Ireland, but like the people that aren't Irish just put on green and start drinking, and it's stupid.
That's what I did.
Point proven.
Man. Yeah, if I think of one, I'll tell her because I have no idea right now.
I'm trying to think of a music one that would like make people mad.
Mine is music.
Oh, now you have
Okay.
to say it.
It has to be the last one. So unless you're gonna say that you're done,
Is it pissing everybody off or just us?
a lot of people I know for sure you two, especially after hearing your favorite artist.
All right, then it's
Oh.
gonna be that Mac Miller's not that good.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a little salty.
not word for word. I'll just say that he has less than 10 good songs.
All right, you can think of what you want. Herb's
Yeah,
just
I got nothing.
stunned.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me see.
Absolutely riveting content again, by the way.
I mean, I don't really care if people say that. I don't like some artists that other people like.
I'm just surprised. I'm not. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Yeah, I got nothing else right now.
I think I like 7.
I'm trying to figure out which 7 those would be.
One is for sure Smile Back.
Yeah. Donald
Okay.
Trump.
2009.
Huh?
Is 2009 on there?
2009.
Is that one of the 7?
No.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not even gonna put thought into it. We could talk about it later.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, there's no point in guessing the songs that I have on my playlist. But
Yeah. Anyway, I got nothing right now, so I'm done.
but enjoy that one, Pittsburgh.
Shannon said this is the only time she'll agree with you. By the way.
I mean, that's okay. I think Wiz is overrated too.
Yeah, I mean, if we were, I like old Wiz, but the dude's been missing consistently for a while.
Yeah, ever since like
A lot.
I'd say probably 2013 or 14. I haven't really cared for any of his stuff he's put out.
When did On My Level come out?
No idea.
Just
I
say
couldn't
after
tell you.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
couldn't tell you.
Well, I got nothing. Do we have any more questions?
Nope, that was it.
Beefy, do you have anything?
No.
Okay. Well, in every end of the episode, I will continue to say, stay home, please.
Stay home, wash your hands, carry hand sanitizer with you.
I guess wear masks now.
Yeah. Maybe some gloves. I
You
don't
guys, did you guys see the tweet that I had that Sarge retweeted?
I don't think so.
It was from March 7th. It was when I was flying to Hawaii. And I said
Oh.
that I would rather get coronavirus and look like a loser with a mask.
Wow. Takes that age terribly.
know. All right.
Yeah, I still stand by that.
Anyway, we got nothing left. This has been Around the 412. We are part of the Pod Hub Network. You can check us out and check out all the other shows at podhubnetwork.com, or you can check out their social media pages. We're sponsored by Keach Barbershop. It's an old-fashioned barbershop located at 180 Brighton Avenue in Rochester, PA. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 7, and Saturday 9 to 4. Every Tuesday, he does $5 off for military personnel, first responders, and nurses. I mentioned at the beginning of the show, but if for some reason you like skip through or whatever, obviously he's not open right now, but we're going to continue to sing his praises and talk about him on this show. Can't wait to get open back up, obviously, when things start to settle down in this country and the pandemic, I'm not going to say subsides, but we've been using the word level out, flatten the curve. So obviously we need to take care of some business as a country first, but look forward to him opening back up. And lastly, we've been talking about on here as well. As of right now, the Horse to the Wing Bash is still slated to go on June 27th, 5 to 9 at Whiskey Rhythm in Manhattan, PA. That's at 1198 Pennsylvania Avenue. Whiskey Rhythm, once again, Horse to the Wing Bash. As of right now, still slated to go on June 27th, 5 to 9. Hopefully that's going to be the case. Give us something to look forward to. But obviously with any updates, we will let you guys know where you can follow them. I'm pretty sure like they've had like 5 Twitter pages. If you guys know the person running it, that kind of makes complete sense why they've had so many Twitter pages. But yeah, it's now at Cancer Sucks 53, their Twitter. Kind of just straight to the point.
Straight
But-
and direct.
Anyways,
First run again.
thanks for listening in. You can all, as always, you can tweet at us, let us know what you want to hear about. Ask us
Sorry,
some
this episode
questions,
sucked.
and we'll get to them. We'll see you guys next week, and bye-bye.
Okay. Bye, YouTube.